Welcome back. You are watching KTN Newsdesk. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, plans by NASA leaders to establish a parallel election results tallying center is illegal. Those are the sentiments of IEBC chairperson Wafula Chebukati, who met members of the Council of Churches of Kenya in Limuru this morning. Let us listen in to part of what they had to say.
Trial exercise will be done through simulation. It will not be physical as you want to see it where people go to vote, but it will be done through simulation where you load data and test the systems. And only the major stakeholders will be involved. It doesn't involve police. We shall work with the other state agencies as to, it's about law and order. Now, if somebody announces results which are not correct, it's a recipe for chaos. And we, as a country, we are preaching peace here. That's why we are here. And we don't want a situation where chaos are created by an individual. And therefore, I believe the law will take its course if that happens.
NCCK for many, many years has been concerned as a major stakeholder, bringing together tens of churches that have grassroots reach to encourage that our leaders are not observers in electoral processes and processes that could impact on the peace of the nation, but they participate keenly. And in the lead up to the next elections, we've taken a very aggressive outlook on this matter. This is a gathering of 400 people drawn from all the constituencies and the wards of Nairobi County. And the reason for this is the recognition that if Nairobi becomes chaotic, the whole country is set on fire. But if Nairobians manage the elections peacefully...
All right, let's now speak to Rachel Muigai, who is in Limuru for that particular event. Rachel, the church has a very big role to play in the upcoming general election. I'm sure you've spoken to a number of the leaders from NCCK. What specific role do they think they have?
Thank you so much, Akisa. We're here at the Jumuiya Conference Center in Limuru, where the NCCK leaders and clergymen from within Nairobi County are meeting to deliberate on election preparedness. Nairobi County being a cosmopolitan city, actually representing all tribes as well as some of the major tribes. The leaders here think that Nairobi County will be a direct representation of some of the happenings at the grassroots level. Earlier on, IBC Chair Wafula Chebukati touched on some of the trivial matters affecting the coming elections, and he expressed his dissatisfaction on the plans to have parallel tallying centers, citing that IBC is the only mandated institution by law to actually carry out tallying as well as announcing election results. And given the security situation also during the 2007 elections that led to the post-election violence, he has assured Kenyans that security has been taken care of, as 85,000 security officers are being trained to ensure that there is peace during, before and after the general August 8th polls. One of the other issues that actually popped up was the role of the church. And right now, I'm here joined by the NCCK Secretary General, Reverend Peter Karanja, who will actually explain further on that. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
Just to my first question, during the 2007-2008 post-election violence, the church was actually blamed for becoming very silent on that matter. So at this moment, how prepared are we as the church in ensuring that there is peace during the coming elections?
Well, I think it is important for Kenyans to know that the church isn't part of the direct value chain of delivering elections, even though we are a major stakeholder. And that is why you find we are bringing Chebukati, the chairman of IBC, the IG, the Inspector General of the Police, and the others that are directly involved, because they really must do their work. Having said that, the church is committed in every way possible to ensure that we have a peaceful election. And one of the ways in which we have engaged as NCCK is to seek to demystify this enterprise of election preparedness. And so we've been gathering people, and today we have 400 people coming from all the 17 counties of Nairobi, all the 17 constituencies of Nairobi, specifically to interrogate together the question of the preparedness for the elections. Overriding this whole enterprise is the commitment to ensure that we have a peaceful election and we do not allow a repeat of the situation of 2007, 2008 to happen again.
Looking at some of the actually comments that are being made by political leaders, that's putting them on certain cocoons, tribal cocoons, if I might say. Or do you think the NCIC is actually doing enough in trying to integrate and show that cohesion within the country?
Well, maybe this is a bit late. Really, we have been concerned that the NCIC, for us, has wasted an opportunity because they are engaging a little more rigorously now, but the emotions are already high. And we wish the Kaparo group the best. They really must do what they can to ensure they make a contribution. Just underscoring, it is the constitutional right of every Kenyan who seeks to run for an office to run. And Kenyans are entitled, even in their tribal groupings, if they so choose, to support a candidate and participate in the elections as they choose. What is not allowed is in the pursuit of political interests of an individual or a community or a coalition that the peace of all Kenyans should be jeopardized because someone either considers that that is a route to power or considers that if they are not happy, they can create complete chaos. Having said that, we also recognize that even though the police have the responsibility to ensure that the country is peaceful before, during, and after the elections, that maintenance of law and order must also be done in the context of peace and the respect for the human rights of ordinary Kenyans who may even picket constitutionally.
So how, about these deliberations, how are they going to reach to the people at the grassroots level?
Now, number one, the reason why Kenyans get agitated very often is because they don't have the information. And NCCK is working hard to ensure that there is a critical mass of people in the counties, at the constituencies, and at the wards who actually understand accurately what are the issues and appreciate the preparedness of the IBC and the police and the others so that correct information can percolate and filter through the constituencies.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was the NCCK Secretary General, Reverend Canon Karanja, just elaborating more on that. We'll be keeping an eye on some of the developments that are being made here in Limuru. Back to the studio.
Rachel, thank you. Let's now get into sports.